So we've got ourselves a couple of SBCs. We've obviously got a brand new evolution in Invincible Mentality. And we have the 84 times 10, but unfortunately they are not... Well, to be honest, I wouldn't even expect them to be unlimited as of yet, but we've only got 5 that we can grind out. And in terms of this upgrade, we're still back on the triple playstyle pluses, which... I mean, I do get, like, they're not necessarily going to give us 5 playstyle pluses as of yet, but even in terms of the one that could go with 4, we still only got 3 playstyle pluses from that. And I know most players will have 1 at the very minimum, but it's still at the point where I'm like, you just need to ramp it up a little bit now. This one specifically, Anticipate, Bruiser, Intercept, it's nice. Like, I mean, I can kind of get on board with that, and we'll have a look a few more of them. But the fact is, we've already got so many 93s, so unless we are doing an evolution for another evolution, it just seems to be a bit of a waste. I know it will go to 95 with the 92 here, but even so, it just seems a little bit of a waste at times, which just kind of is what it is at this point. And a big one is Van Nistelrooy is another the newest icon that is out, and yet we have him as a centre-back again with no Anticipate. And I think for me, that's got to be the biggest thing for a centre-back. You need the Anticipate. I like Aerial, fantastic. Intercept, love it. Jockey, fair enough. Change the pinged pass for an Anticipate. I get that he can play in the CDM role, and that's kind of what you're forcing them to do, because you want to have that Anticipate. You need it really on a centre-back. It works so well to have it. Why not add it in? It mind boggles me with how many centre-backs we've had, and especially the strikers we've had from there to centre-back. You'd have thought that they knew that by now. It makes sense every position he goes into. So, unfortunately, he's another one that, to be honest, I just probably wouldn't complete at this point. He's nice and cheap. 91, 89, 90, 87, 82 and a bronze and silver. Won't cost you much to get him done. He's going to be relatively cheap. You can obviously do the loan to get him a tryout first. And then we do have the Showdown SBCs, which are obviously coming for the Euros for for the females. For the women, the Women's Euro Cup, we've obviously got Sweden versus Germany. So that's going to have a matchup of 2 95s. We've obviously got the right back, which, to be honest, looks fantastic. Anticipate, Incisive and Quick Step. Always nice to see a decent side there. And then we've obviously got the striker with the Finesse, Rapid, and also a bit of Press Proven. Again, another solid card. Now, whether they are usable or not, it begs the question. Like, you're looking at 187 rated team, not expensive at all. You're going to get more than likely, what, a 97 if they do manage to win, if we don't get a draw, or 2 96s if you can draw. So it's kind of one of them. You might as well finish both and just get the winner, to be honest. 95 rated is always going to be good. Same as these, to be honest. I do need to get these done as well. Any of the Path to Glories, if they manage to win it, it's a guaranteed 99. So I think doing all of the Path to Glories, because of how cheap they are, like we're looking at, what, 85, 87, 88. It's not going to cost you anything, really, to say the least. So I definitely would be looking at that at the absolute minimum. But the thing that's bringing everybody back at this point is going to be the 84 times 10. The good thing with it, and it's the same as when we will get the 85 times 15 or 86 times 15, whenever that is the fact that it's repeatable and you can keep going around with it. Now, the only thing that's kind of holding you back slightly with this one is the team of the weeks, because obviously you do need them. They are not in packs at the moment, so that's the only thing that really stops you. But if you've managed to get any of your team of the seasons or team of the weeks ready, then obviously you can go ahead and put them in. Obviously, to be fair, I could probably put Messi in at this point. I was going to hold him for an evolution, but to be fair, by the time we get into footies, we'll have an SBC for him. So if you go obviously low to high, we'll go storage. In fact, I think I've got some lower rated stuff in the storage already. The 90 should really help out with the price there, or with the rating. What else have we got on the top end? Because like I've said, with kind of grinding out all of the picks, you kind of want to keep your 87s and above. Maybe the 86s could be put in as well. You could potentially miss out with them. But realistically, you want to keep 87 to 89s at the absolute minimum to go into the exchange for a later on down the line. Obviously, when it comes to the team of the weeks, you can use your 83s in the SBC, or you can go buy the pack, which gives you 3 or 4 for 70k, I think it is. You go to the provision. It's just a nice, easy way. It's what I do at the moment. Just for any sort of videos, I can grind this out quickly, whack that in. It's going to give us some decent kind of team of the weeks back as well. We get 88s across the board. Doesn't really matter what we actually get, but they are obviously decent enough to be put into that SBC. Then obviously anything from the 84 times 10, we can obviously utilize to grind back round. And you've got 5 attempts at this, so we'll kind of go ahead and we'll try and put as much as we can in, and we'll see what we get back from them. So if you're looking for coins, check in the description for El Dorado. Depending on the coin amount that you're looking for, the delivery time is displayed on the website, and you'll see lots of different trusted sellers with reviews on specifics, and also the ability to be able to pick who you want. It will also show how much they have in stock, and obviously you can see that they are verified members. There is 100% refund ability and also 24/7 support if you need any questions with your coin needs. Also, if you head over to Trustpilot as well, you can see over 30,000 upvotes for them. You can see how reliable they are. Obviously great feedback across the entire board with El Dorado. So when on checkout, make sure you are using the code JT11 for 5% off your order every time. Discount code JT11. Now let's get back to the video. So that's all them grinded out, all 5 done. We've got 4 more to open. Now, when it comes to the rest of it, really, you're just kind of just chasing the general upgrades. You've obviously got plenty of player picks you can do, all of your dailies. You've obviously got the 87 picks, I think, are still here. 87 1 are free, so we've got 4 of them if you really want to. So there is a solid amount to do each day, but realistically, that's kind of all we are doing. Because there's only Shapeshifters in there and Path to Glories, to be honest, I've had pretty bad luck with actually getting any of them, to be fair. So we've just kind of been grinding and opening golds, really, more so than anything. In terms of actual Shapeshifters, we tend to only get the kind of bottom feeders more so than anything. Nothing worth really mentioning too much on this. And as you can see, we've opened up 3 and only really got gold. So I think this is another big thing for me, is the fact that I need FUTTIES. Like, I need to be able to actually get something at this point. I understand not giving out shapeshifter after shapeshifter, but realistically, they don't go into the SBCs, so it doesn't even matter about the any team of the season or team of the week at the point. And really, what else do you want me to grind for? Finally, we get a Path to Glory, in fact, on this one. It is just kind of a bit of a grind for no reason. Well, we're in the end of July at this point. The game cycle's pretty much done. We've had team of the season. You might as well get to the end with this now. So we're going to end up with a 95 left back. Not bad, so let's have a look and see what we can obviously go with. Anything else? 95, it's kind of about it. Again, kind of just your 12k, and this is where FUTTIES really needs to kind of come around. And I'm not saying FUTTIES is going to be crazy beyond belief, but they always have this massive problem when it comes to 3-week promos, and now 4 weeks. I can't believe this is a 4-week promo. The first 2 weeks were fine. I loved the change of position. I thought it was nice. It was something fresh. Obviously, coming off from team of the season, it's fair enough. But now it's got a little bit stale. There's only so many position changes you can do. There's only so many strikers that can go in centre back and centre back into strikers. So it's kind of already passed its course. The 3rd week was like the final week where you're like, okay, I'm kind of done with this. Now we need something new. The 4th week has just been atrocious. Like, this has been so slow. The players, they're nice. Like, don't get me wrong, Striker Rio, it's different. I like it, but I'm not even going to be able to pack him at this point. I'm not even going to have to play with him. So, kind of, what's the point now? Like, we might as well go into FUTTIES instead and at least get cards that we can actually give a go, because there's not that long left. And to be honest, when we get into the end of August, start of September, how many matches are you truly grinding out? It ain't going to be a lot. So, really, you kind of got this window of probably the next month and a bit, maybe just short, just a month, I'd say, and that's really all the game time that we've got left until we get into FC 26. So it is always interesting to see what kind of pattern they go with. It's the same as last year, and I think you always remember the end of FUTTIES rather than the start of it. End of FUTTIES, like in general, it's incredible, but the start is still very slow as always. That's naturally FUTTIES. I think people forget that you do have to kind of go at a slower pace. It's not just all 86 times 15, 85 times 15 unlimited every single time. You build up to it, and that's kind of the point to it. Unfortunately, that is the way that it has to be. Otherwise, you get bored in a matter of a week or two. So it is kind of down to that point. I just wanted to see at least one of these to see if they are worth our time or not. I'd imagine they're kind of half and half. But if we got another 85, that would be outstanding. Oh, maybe not. What about an 86? Throw them in. There we go. There's the 85. Because, again, with player picks, the one of free nature tends to give you a lot of 87s and 88s. So let's have a look what the first one is. It's going to be an 87. We do get a Shapeshifter, 94. And then the final one's going to be an 87 as well. I mean, can't really grumble too much on that. But in general, I'm interested to see where this game cycle does go by the next week. Footies hopefully will be the next week. Obviously, keep grinding all of your SBCs. Like I say, don't go through an absolute burn and try and grind as much as possible, as Footies is going to undo all of that work anyway. We're going to get completely new teams within that first week. Quadruple Playstyle Plus, maybe even 5 at some point. So do what you need to do. Make sure you like and subscribe on this, and we'll hopefully get through this week unscathed. Peace.